Kevin Bleyer.
John.
Welcome to Book Beast. Me the People.
Indeed.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't wear a wig. I figured that given all the wig portraits of yourself that you've had done in the mock-ups for this book, that you would be part of the book tour.
I tried it. It's not a look becoming for me, so I just let the painting do the speaking for me. But in fact, yes, I did, as you say, pose for a number of portraits for myself, including the author photo, which graces the back page. And
you have more oil portraits of yourself in wig than any modern American man.
And perhaps more than some framers of the United States Constitution, as far as I know. But I figured, why not, if I'm going to commemorate the writing of the Constitution or the rewriting of the Constitution, I'd do what James Madison would have done, which is sit for one portrait. And that turned into 3, which turned into a Craigslist ad, which turned into about 12.
Well, once you start, it's hard to stop.
Although, interestingly enough, it was because I met one of those portrait artists that I actually found myself sitting face-to-face with Justice Scalia, telling him the changes that I would make to Article 3 of the United States Constitution.
Yeah, this is one of the many surreal moments in your book. But why do you hate James Madison?
I don't hate James Madison.
You kind of hate James Madison?
In fact, in many ways, I consider myself a kindred spirit of James Madison. The ego, not the id of me, is James Madison because, of course, he's a scholarly gentleman. I tried to at least do some research or me-search to get this book done. But he also has many other characteristics that would resemble me. In fact, we are both 5 foot tiny. And if I see so far, it's only because I stand on the shoulders of short men like James Madison.
And if you stack up enough of them,
you
still see pretty far.
Absolutely right.
So, but all sorts of things I learned, and you're always a little bit nervous about embracing these as facts because there's the high potential you're getting punked. But for example, one of the little factoids you had in there is that Jefferson proposed a sunset clause.
Oh, a weird factoid? Not at all. That's straight from history books, sir.
See, how
yes,
about
in fact. Thomas Jefferson, little did we know, although I think some people did, real constitutional historians know this, I learned it going along. I'm only a paragraph ahead of you, the reader. But in fact, Thomas Jefferson suggested that every constitution on earth naturally expires after the end of 19 years, implying that every new generation should in fact be able to reinterpret the Constitution. So by my math, and of course that means by Jefferson's math, I'm happy to borrow his, our Constitution should have been rewritten 11 times by now. So, as far as I can tell, I actually owe everyone, including your viewers, an apology for only getting to it now. I've been slacking for 200 years.
There's a lot of drinking in the Founding Fathers, and I think everyone who has a fantasy about the sort of Constitution emerging sort of from the mountain, one, will be disabused of that by seeing how you manhandle the document, but two, looking at the way that just, I mean, pretty much everyone was drunk and working 4 hours a day.
These are gentlemen who literally drank beer for breakfast. Now, as someone who occasionally does that myself, no, it's not true. I appreciate that, but you have to consider this. Our document was written during 4 months in the summer heat of Philadelphia. Closed doors, no air conditioning, powdered wigs, wool jackets, drinking beer for breakfast. They decided to start writing it at night and read the draft that they had in the morning and see if it stuck. And in fact, that's what we ended up with.
I love it. Keep the weirdness alive.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, sir.